Hey everyone, I'm ROG, welcome back to the WASD Benchmark YouTube channel. You might see the logo behind me, but really it's just me, a gamer who loves testing what actually works. Here we talk about gaming performance and everything in between. Today we are checking out something that might be the best upgrade you can add to your ROG Ally X console. It's not a new model, not a mod, and definitely not something overcomplicated add-on. It's something much simpler, but surprisingly effective. This is the Bridge Gaming Grip, and if you are planning to keep your Ally X, this might just be that upgrade you have been waiting for. The Bridge Gaming Grip comes in a simple but neatly packed box. Nothing flashy, just clean and organized. Inside you get a full kit, two side grips, a back cover, screws, screwdriver, and even a small plastic tool for removing and installing the parts. It comes in three colors, green, black and orange. The green one looks striking, the black is classic and minimal, but honestly, this orange version just pops. That's the one I have installed on my ROG Ally X, and it looks even better in person than it does in photos. Right away you can tell this isn't some cheap plastic. The grip has a semi-matte finish with a subtle texture for better hold, and inside you can see a honeycomb structure, not just for looks but help with heat dissipation as well. And the fact that they've included extra screws, that's something you don't often see with accessories in this price range. A small but genuinely smart touch. Installing the Bridge Gaming Grip is pretty straightforward, but it does require a bit attention, especially if it's your first time doing it. In my case, the grip arrived already assembled in one piece, which is great because I've seen some earlier versions that came in two halves you had to screw together around the console. So clearly this is an improved version, no extra steps, no unnecessary assembly. All you have to do is remove one screw from the bottom left and one from the bottom right side of your ROG Ally X. I reused the original screws, but Bridge includes spares if you want everything extra secure. The grip simply slides over the edge of the console and clicks right into place. Once you put the screws back in, it feels surprisingly solid. No wobble, no looseness, just a tight factory level fit. If you want to complete the look, there's also a back cover included in the box. Now, here's a small but important tip. Make sure you attach the top part first and only then press down the bottom until it clicks. The first time I did it, I went bottom first and thought the fit was terrible. I was this close roasting the product. Turns out it was 100% user error. My error. If you don't follow the order, the cover might not stay in the place, which even Bridge confirmed themselves. So, remember, top first, then bottom, and it locks in perfectly. Once you get it on properly, the back cover has all the ventilation cutouts precisely aligned. Plus, that bold ROG logo that looks awesome, especially in contrast with the orange version. It adds a bit of protection, but more importantly, gives the whole console a cleaner, more complete look. And at first glance, the Bridge Gaming Grip doesn't look too extreme. It doesn't have those big controller-style horns like the new Ally X Xbox, but the difference in comfort is noticeable the moment you pick it up. The handles are wider, deeper, and feel your palms much better. You no longer feel like you're pinching the console with your fingertips, the grip is stable and your hands sit in a much more natural position, especially during longer sessions. Personally, I play a lot of platforms. Games like Crash Bandicoot are perfect for the Ally X, and I immediately noticed how much more comfortable it felt. My thumb usually gets tired fast, especially since it's already been through a lot thanks to years of handball, but with this grip, that strain is basically gone. Everything sits naturally and there's much less pressure on the wrists. One detail I really appreciate is the set of rubberized strips on the back exactly where your fingers rest. I noticed early versions didn't have these, which users on Reddit pointed out quite often, and it's clear that Bridge Gaming listened. They quickly released an updated version with improved grip texture and tighter seams, showing that they're not just selling a product, they're actively refining it based on feedbacks. On the front, all buttons and joysticks are fully accessible. The left stick has a plenty of room even if you plan to use thumb grip covers, and the B button or circle if you PlayStation fan doesn't catch on anything. Everything is precisely cut and fits perfectly. Aesthetically, the orange version looks awesome. Honestly, I expected the green to stand out more, but this shade hits the signature ROG accent, a mix of industrial and sporty, and it fits the console's design beautifully. Overall, Breed absolutely nailed it here. Comfort is on a completely different level, and the look and the feel make it seem like an actual part of the ROG Ally X itself. The Breed gaming grip is great overall, but there are a few small details worth knowing before you order it. First, stability. When standing upright, at first glance it might seem a bit wobbly, especially if you just drop in on the flat surface without align it properly. But once you position it right, it actually sits solidly and even has a slight tilt, which is really handy if you want to watch something or check the screen while it's sitting on a table. So yeah, just take a second to line it up properly and you will be fine. Second, temperature. Even though the back cover has all the right ventilation cutouts, it does seem like the console runs a bit warmer. The heat tends to get trapped between the back plate and the chassis, so the thermal dissipation to the outside is slightly lower here. I mean, it's nothing alarming, but if you want a default cooling performance, I would recommend removing the back cover and just using the side grips. And that's what I did. And not only does it stay in a little cooler, but the combo of the black chassis and orange grip looks seriously cool. Third, weight and removal. The grip adds a bit of heft, which actually makes the console feel more solid and stable in hands. I personally like it, but if you plan to remove it often, keep in mind it takes a few minutes. You will need to unscrew 2 points and use the little tool Breed includes in the box. I mean, it's not complicated, just not exactly plug and play. The upside is that once it's installed, it doesn't move a millimeter. It's rock solid. And one more big plus here, the original ROG Ally X case is full compatible even with the grips installed. So, it's not a perfect factory fit, but the console slides in fine, the case closes properly, and everything feels so secure. So, there's no need to buy a new carrying case, which is always a win in my book. And if you ask me honestly, I was planning to suggest that Breed Gaming start selling their own protective cases, but hey, turns out you don't even need one. The Breed Gaming Grip is one of those accessories that surprise you, not because it changes everything here, but because it nails the small details perfectly, and that counts. The ergonomics are fantastic, the build quality is solid, and the whole thing feels like something Asus could have designed themselves for the ROG Ally X console. Sure, there are a few minor things, a bit more heat when using the back cover, a little extra weight, and the need for a screwdriver if you want to remove it, but all of that fades away once you feel how comfortable it is, especially if you play platformers like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro or Ratchet & Clank. For me, this is the kind of upgrade that turns I'll play a bit more into just one more level before I stop. That's why the Breed Gaming Grip earns the WSD Benchmark Advanced Design Award for smart design, excellent ergonomics, and for being a product that genuinely evolves based on community feedback. Honestly, I wish more brands worked like this, and if you already own the ROG Ally X and don't plan on jumping to the new Xbox Ally X, this is probably the best and cheap upgrade you can get right away. If you found this review helpful, hit subscribe and join the WSD Benchmark community. It might sound cliche, but over 90% of you watch without subscribing, and that one click really helps us making honest hands-on review like this one. We have got more tests, gear and accessories coming soon, so if you enjoy real-world reviews without the marketing fluff, you'll feel right at home here. Drop a comment below, tell me what grip you are using and if you tried anything from Breed Gaming. Thanks for watching, I'm ROG, and I will see you soon in the next one.